So here we got a 1955 Chevy 4400. I picked this one up in North Dakota, brought it back to Wisconsin here. I live over by Manitowoc. Just got back with it about a week ago. I had it for sale out in North Dakota for a while. So I'm gonna just go over with you guys the good, the bad, the ugly on this thing. It's got the original 235 motor in it with the 4-speed transmission, manual. It's got around 70,000, 75,000 miles on it, I believe. 76,970. So after I brought it back, I just cleaned up the dash, the pad, the panel, whatever you want to call it. Cleaned the floor off, vacuumed everything up. It does run and drive. I did take it out on the road before. The brakes don't work all that great. They're going to need to have some attention. The front brakes have new bleeders on it, so at some point recently somebody did some brake work to it, but it's going to need some more. But other than that, it's in pretty solid shape. There's a little bit of a dent here that you can just barely see. And then there's one right here as well. But other than that, it does not have any dents in it. Rust issues, they're not bad at all. One right here. One right there. No, that right there is not a cap corner. The cap corner is actually up here. This is just a panel with nothing behind it. As you can see, the motor mount there is dry rotted, which I'm surprised it has any for being 50-some years old, whatever it may be. There's this side. It's pretty solid all the way around. There is a little, very small hole right here, just that you can see it, and one right here. But other than that, for the most part, it's very, very solid. Would not take a lot of work at all to get the body back. As far as being completely rust-proof, or not rust-proof, but getting it completely back to solid. This here is the motor. It's got a new battery. Newer wires. I did not do the wires on it. I did not do the plugs or the distributor cap either. That was done before I got it. There is a new fuel pump that I put on along with this little can here, because the fuel tank has something in the pickup is stuck. I'm not familiar with fuel tanks on these. I did not take it apart to investigate anymore. So when the fuel line from the tank, which goes right through there, right along the frame rail, when that is hooked up, it does not suck fuel from the tank. So I imagine that somebody that has more experience with that could figure it out pretty easily. Or if I had more time, I would do it myself. But for now, I just put this can right here, fuel line, right to the fuel pump, up to the carburetor. Fires right up. Runs pretty smooth. It is going to need a carb rebuild on it. While it does run smooth, it needs adjusting. So that would need a rebuild kit. I've only had a couple of drops of antifreeze come out of it since I have had it running, so there is no leaks there. And then rust on this side. Again, this little panel back here, which is nothing behind it. It's just this piece right here. Those cab mounts look pretty good. A little bit of, they're dry rotted, but at least they're there. This right here is for the PTO for the boom lift or for the ram lift, whatever you want to call it, it does raise up and down from what I was told. I did not try to get it engaged, so I'm not 100% sure if it does or not. The box is junk on it. It's rotted everywhere. As you can see, the wood's all rotted out. Three of the back tires are good. The one is not good. When I say good, meaning hold air. That one on the outside on the other side does not hold air, and it won't either because the valve stem is screwed up in the rim. So, but the framework for the box is good. As far as these frame rails, these look like they've been replaced for sure. A lot newer steel there than what there is right here. But yeah, very, on a scale, or if you want to say a grading system, if A was an excellent running vehicle of this age and this era, and F was a complete disaster and in a junkyard, I'd give this one a C. Does not need a lot of fabrication work, metal-wise, in my opinion. And with a little bit of tuning up, a little bit of tinkering with the fuel tank, rebuilding the carb, I think it's going to run really, really well for somebody. It'd be a nice, easy project, nice beginner project, starter project, whatever you want to call it, to get into something like this. A cheap project. The doors are going to need to moving it out, so it's going to need the jams to be messed with. I've tried this one here. I suppose I could try and lower down, but the driver's side of this is the same way. But that one there's no more adjustment left, so that one doesn't close tight. But as far as all this, I mean, there's some surface rust, but it's nothing that can't be sanded down and fixed up pretty easily. Needs a new mirror and a clip right there. But I would say all in all, it's a very, how do you want to say it? Very easy project to get into. Could fix it up completely. Stick 10 grand in it, or you could stick in a few $100 and have it out and on the road as a regular driver, or do whatever you'd like with it. But now I'm going to get it fired up. I was wrong. There's a dent right here. I did not see that one. And it's covered by a skin on the inside, so you're not able to pound it out. That would require a little bit more work. But we'll get it fired up here and you guys can hear it. pretty cold-blooded. But at least that gives you an idea of how it runs. Everything's original on it as far as I know, as far as engine, as far as the transmission. Miles are fairly low for this year. Has a clean and clear title. I think it's going to be a nice looking truck, even with just some, I believe everybody's using the linseed oil or clear coat, whatever it may be. Yeah, I think it'll clean up real nice. Nice flatbed on the back. Maybe some new tires for sure, because these are pretty dry rotted. But comments or questions, just let me know. I'm going to put it up for sale locally, and then I'll have it for sale on Facebook as well. So thank you very much for watching.